the purple lightning that came through and melted question mark one lady's hand to the stone table is what he's referring to.
Right.
It came out of nowhere. It threw the lights off. Like the lights seemed to be affected by it. But you're magically lit in the darks now. You have the kind of like changing color mood lighting, and it seemed to like kind of like static or like shiver in a way as that purple lightning came through. And one lady's hand was kind of like fused to the table, which you helped her get her hand off the table and heal her up. But in doing so, like you felt like something like maybe there was some like energy still stuck in her body because she was like out of it, and it like hit you and like kind of froze you for a second. Like it seemed like you'd lost like a
Wait
little
a
bit
minute,
of time.
which one was? I'm
me.
looking up purple lightning.
Indeed. And like everybody was around you, and then like you were just kind of messing with her, and then all of a sudden they were like over by the bar, and you're like, oh wait, did I lose a second of time there? Like, but you kind of came back to yourself, but you still feel buzzing after that, right? You still feel like affected by it, but the poor lady's like completely out, like paralyzed, and you just like drug her over to the corner of the dark star. And after that, you guys ran outside, and there were tremors. Not too like there's a little bit of time that passed, but not.
The tremors happened first.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm totally reversing the order. My bad. That's what I meant. The tremors happened first, and then the purple lightning. Yeah, totally reversing the order. Thanks. You guys all kind of ran outside to check outside, and it seemed that everybody had people had felt the tremors and seen the lightning as well. Maybe not all of them, but everybody felt the tremors for sure. Purple lightning might be a little more hit or miss.
Yeah, Oprah went out and like check on your neighbors, make sure everybody's okay and whatnot.
Yep.
Yeah, and everybody for the most part, like everybody's okay. It was, you didn't see anybody else that got hit by the purple lightning, but then again, if somebody's in their house, they get hit by that stuff. It's not like you would have seen it,
Right. Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. So people gotta go door to door and knock. People, notice people are like reticent to do that. Like they say yes or whatnot, but like they're checking on their. You notice some reticence there when you say check on your neighbors. Like there's an immediate they kind of like nod yes for the most part. But there's you track a bit of fear.
To check on the neighbors?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
All right. I'll go along too.
Yeah, sure. You kind of go along. And yeah, people are kind of like, yeah, just knock on doors and whatnot, and if they don't answer though, they're like, they just kind of move on mostly. Nobody wants to like push into people's rooms.
Right.
No. And also when you notice when they check close neighbors, but like as soon as like it's a little farther, like say you're going, you head a little farther down south or farther north up the hallways where there's like, you notice there's some doors that there's some doors they just don't go to. They like skip some doors, and they're not going door to door. That's what you notice. Are you going door to door?
I'd much rather inquire about it, why they're not going to those doors, because I mean, it could just be nobody's living there.
Yeah, that's basically what they're saying. I was like, they say, don't think anyone's living there. I guess we could knock.
Has there been activity?
We'll say Laud. We'll say it's Laud. You're out here.
Laud.
Okay, fine.
Wait, who's that? I feel like I should not like them.
You're a rat watcher.
Oh God, Mr. Pay me for doing nothing. Like everybody that's fucking come by to fucking work. They're like, oh yeah, I'm sure. Oh,
the animosity you have for this this rat situation is great.
It was just that one line that was a misinterpretation that is just spun wildly out of control.
He should have talked better.
I mean, mostly he's just talking to rat holes, so like
he was just bad at communication.
Well,
in the middle of Obrus, I'm like, excuse me, Mr. Crime Lord. I know
you kind of get the feeling that most people are kind of like he's kind of like a busybody, don't like him kind of guy.
Obru, when you're done selling cookies, Obru, maybe you should contact your network of informants, Mr. Crime Lord, and find out what the hell just happened.
The neighborhood being safe is also important, and
yeah, you almost watch Lod when he knocks. By the way, he knocks kind of reticently, like almost like there's a bit of fear to even knock.
Wait a minute, he's knocking on what?
Well, you said
tell Lod to fuck off.
You said you should knock all the doors, right?
What? No. I was asking if they were like, oh, are you not knocking them because there's no one leaving there? And then they were like, yeah.
Yeah, he said, well, yeah, but he says, but I suppose it wouldn't hurt. And he like kind of knocks on the doors, but he like does it with some level of trepidation.
I mean,
he's got $1 million gold and he can't even knock on doors.
All right. I mean, if we haven't seen if no one's seen any activity from those doors, then like there's no real reason to check them out.
He nods. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah. Well,
let's just leave him alone.
Someone could be living in there. Maybe just they could have moved in recently.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like nobody's really. I mean, people on the streets, always seeing stuff. And why not? So.
I mean, I haven't been, watching as much. Been down the basement, so somebody could have moved in, but.
Right. And there's lots of other people up here. Honestly, too. Mm-hmm.
So knock then?
No. Leave it alone.
We're only allowed 1 10-minute conversation about doors per campaign, and we've already had ours.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. We'll leave it alone.
Yeah, he nods. Oh, well, I'm gonna go back to. I suppose I'll go back and watch the wall.
Do you have anybody else that can help you out with that, or
watching the wall?
Yeah, actually, you want me to hire somebody to help you out with that?
You let him sublet watching a fucking hole in the wall?
Well, you want me watching this this hole over here? As he gestures to the hole to the north.
These holes that we can't see because we're still on the title screen.
Yeah. But it's the one that's not in our basement. I remember there was one that was not in our basement.
Oh, we have another hole in here?
Well, the one he was watching originally.
Yeah, the one up north.
The north of the crosswalk that's outside the Darkstar.
Exactly, which is kind of where you guys are here, knocking on doors outside.
Oh, I guess I should pilot the camera since I can't see anything of what we're doing. Oh, there we go.
Yes, indeed. So, basically, there's a hold of the.
I'll move my token so that people know
he was watching originally up the north there to keep the rats out
over here somewhere.
Let him know who's
off screen.
Let him know you're watching. Basically, that's what he's just there in his chair with his spear, just waiting for them to come out of that rat hole.
Still taking you for a ride on that one.
But
rat appears behind him.
He hasn't been doing that because now he's been working in the basement of the Darkstar, just watching the wall.
Yeah. And that's why one of the reasons why I was asking him, like, you want me to hire someone to help you out with this?
If you want to hire someone to watch the hole, it could use it. It's only a matter of time before they figure out that open access.
Should we have an emergency rat bell?
They might already know. In fact.
Wait, what?
No, they might already know that it's open access. Like once they find open access, it's not like they act right then. They
They
often
gather.
wait a while, get a swarm together, then come in as a swarm.
So the quickening is upon us.
Hard to say when it'll happen, but it's possible. We just don't know.
All right. Well then. God, we had so much stuff.
While y'all are fucking about with that, I'm gonna ask people in this bar if anyone knows the person who was struck by lightning.
You cleared out all of the patrons.
Well, wherever they are out here, I'm asking people if they know who this person is.
Yeah, you cleared out all of the patrons. I think even the old man you managed to clear out at the end as well.
Well, I don't like him anyway.
Yeah, I think you didn't have any more drink for him anyway. Drink, we'll say.
Yeah.
In quotations.
Or whatever the employees. I'll ask one of the employees in here if they know who this person who happened to be unfortunate enough to be struck by lightning.
They let's see.
Also, if they know who their friends are.
Yeah, long story short, I'm going to ask them if they have any family that I can take this person to, since she's incapacitated and maybe more than incapacitated, and we'll need someone to take care of her.
We'll just lower her into our underground research laboratory.
And I'll also root through her pockets to see if there's some kind of like a name on a dagger hilt or anything to fucking identify this person.
Yeah, one of your serving girls says that she saw her with a fellow, but she's not sure exactly who they are.
They knew?
Very specific.
Yeah, they haven't seen them and there before. It's not uncommon. You get people from around the first level of the lower city, kind of all over the place or whatnot.
Yeah, it's true. It's been a while since.
She's not a
I
local,
don't know.
so
Yeah, I don't know if this place has ever been friendly, but it's been accepting lately. So,
do you know if there's any sort of hospital I could take her to then, since having a boy is not much to go on?
Well,
us.
Oh, there's also Ober. You also know the
no offense, Ober, but you don't look like you run a clinic here.
Last Light Clinic. You're aware of that place.
That sounds like a place to take a person.
Mm-hmm. Sure, you can take it there. Here, let me move you over to this.
In the darkness. Ping somewhere for me to drop a token so that...
Here.
Oh, I can be right here.
Don't actually...
Just the world map.
We don't actually need...
I gotta replace the Ricky token, because Ricky is now
dynamic lighting on here. Dynamic lighting should be off on this map. I don't know why it's...
I mean, things are blocked off, but...
Gotcha. Yeah, all right.
We don't need dynamic lighting on this map, because it would be annoying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
I'll just expand. Just to give you, I'll just expand some of this, just to give you kind of a general idea of.
Muslim Carvus ran away to the elevator.
All right, here. He's still down here somewhere, I think.
I don't believe it, because Zari's not here.
Yeah, that's true. Here, I'm just move it.
Oh God, we could see more than 2 blocks.
Just to give you kind of a general, at this point, you know that this has been opened up over here.
Raj is gone too.
Let's see here.
I guess I could zoom the fuck out. Might be a little
Snake
more
Charmers
tenable.
is just one of these guys' names. They have their own name, but sometimes they get called Snake Charmers or Snakes or whatever else. You'd heard Snake Charmers before, so that's what put there.
Where are
They
they
have
at?
their own. They're here, and they also have currently they have a control over the Gladiator Conclave as well. They basically took the Gladiator Conclave. But the gladiators still are still there to some extent. They've just been kind of subjugated by the snakes.
Okay.
Wow, they're getting fucked by the snakes now.
Yeah. That was their original issue. Is they were already kind of in defense mode against them. And then,
Well, that's their problem.
And then all of a sudden they're
Yeah.
getting fucking stung by imps too, and they're like, no, fuck that, and they just after talking with you guys, they just, now fuck all this. We'll just
Snake Charmers can have that shit as long as they don't make it my problem.
But nobody busted down the wall or removed the wall or anything. But
What?
they're in the interim. Well, now they have, yeah. But I mean, at the time, everybody just left the wall up, so you didn't really know what was happening. But ultimately, the snakes won the war. The gladiators.
I don't even have to worry about that direction. I see the last light clinic
lost.
down here.
Oh, the gladiators are gone?
No, they're still there, but the snakes have command of their conclave.
Mm.
But they didn't just like execute them all or anything. They're still there.
They thought about it though.
The gladiators are basically,
subsidiary.
Prisoners. Subsidiary, yeah, exactly. They're no longer a functioning autonomous gang.
Yeah.
So, Alex, would you mind to carry this person to the last light clinic? I can't carry much more than my armor, I'm afraid.
He'll be a little slower, but yeah, he'll carry her.
Mm-hmm.
Much faster than me.
What's our relationship with the last light? Wise.
It's so yeah, you guys
neutral or
we'd heard something
it's
about
run by Melara, and she asked you for help previously, if you recall.
Yes, that was one, but it was about the underground stuff or everything.
Underground stuff.
That's all the stuff.
Like a quarantine.
Indeed.
Some area had been cut off.
They completely cut off the and just give you an kind of a where that is. That would be this if there's a northeast area of this map. Basically, there's a section in the northeast area which has been kind of just cut off. There's only like one route that hasn't collapsed that goes basically into the teleporter room, and that teleporter room was just sealed off. Not teleporter room, elevator room. Pardon me. Elevator room, and that elevator room is just sealed off completely.
I think you just gave away some lore right there. It's not
elevator,
actually an elevator.
It is definitely an elevator. It's definitely not a teleporter.
No, it's definitely a teleporter.
Slip.
We are not on the same plane as the rest of Exodus. You fucking bamboozled us. I knew it this whole time. You father mucker.
If the person who runs the last light clinic is a powerful healer, they might have made progress with this affliction where I have not.
All right, so you You make your way to the Last Light clinic, carrying the paralyzed person, and drop her and walk in. When you go into the Last Light clinic, it's there's lots of people in the kind of waiting room area, and you kind of push in there and looking out.
Is it too late
Yeah.
for Ober to come along? Because he's kind of interested in what this purple lightning is.
We walk past you. You're out here knocking on doors and shit.
So
you'd have been like, "Hey,
this happened.
what do you guys do?"
Happened. Yeah, I mean, while you were knocking on doors, they went back in, grabbed the body, came back in. I mean, it doesn't take you that long. You could see them walking with the body. You could just,
No, Obru, you're not allowed to play the game.
Other people that are knocking on doors, you don't have to continue to knock on every door.
Yeah, like I tell.
You got everybody knocking on the doors. You don't personally have to do it.
Yeah, and then the whole explanation of Rat Inspector, you don't have to knock on all the doors. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right, guy.
Yeah,
just carry on.
Great, people have knocked on some doors. Everybody's got the idea.
Yeah.
God, is Lord Gomer Pyle or some shit?
A little bit.
So I don't have to knock on every door, do I?
I want to knock on every door.
And we have officially hit the 10-minute conversation of doors.
He obviously seemed a little bit nervous. He seemed a little bit nervous. Knock on that door.
I think we need to slash Lod's throat.
We need to cut that 10-minute clip of doors and send it to Ari. But fucking
right.
These motherfuckers are still talking
to these boys.
Still talking about doors. So anyway, you catch them carrying the paralyzed woman. You're like, oh, I better jump on that. So you run up. And
I want to know about this, and also I may be able to expedite things because I want.
You might be the one telling them where to go, telling them where the Last Light clinic is, since you were there previously. So yeah, when you make your way into the Last Light clinic, it's a full a full waiting room here, people looking to be seen, and but the young woman behind the desk, young tiefling, pops up and says, "Oh, Obru."
I thought it was a half elf.
No, young, very young.
This is the receptionist.
Tiefling, pops up and says, "Oh, Obru. Malaris asked to see you when you came in. I don't know that she realized you're going to be bringing a patient. Follow me."
Oh, all right. Thank you.
You get taken back into where the beds are, and you can see the half elf there. The kind of bedraggled, kind of somewhat mid-aged, if we will, half elf woman who turns up to look at you and say, Obru, come in. We don't have any beds. Just put her over here for now. It's clearing over a space on like a table.
If you haven't already, I suggest you set up a triage station for the event that's just happened here. I don't know if you know what's going on out there. But purple lightning has been striking people and rendering them in this state. Tareen, by the way.
I'm sorry. Malara Chaywin. It's a pleasure to meet you. I don't know what's happened. Do you have any idea what's going on?
Not the faintest clue.
No, unfortunately.
I'll lay her down and I'll take a quick look at her.
Looking around, like you said, all the beds are full. Does it look like just people injured? Does it look like they're diseased? What does it look like around here?
Mishmash of all those. You see a variety of. There's definitely people that are diseased. Some people are. Just a good mix, you would say.
I'm gonna walk over to one that looks like he's not too bad, but he needs like help. You can figure out if it's a disease or healing needed.
Yeah, it's 5 HP or whatever.
Yeah, I'll ask. What seems to be the problem
I
with this one?
love Pally.
He looks up to you and says, he says, gutter mold, bad case, my feet, and he gestures down to his feet, which are kind of wrapped, and
Really, is
I'll,
that the most critical case you can come up with, Chris? Are you serious?
I reach my hand down. It's like
not all these people are in critical. Oh, did you say critical? Most critical?
Oh,
No,
I
I
didn't
had.
hear
I
you
just
say
said.
most critical.
I just said which one looks. You know, this one. I'm not going to put her in a moldy bed, but I'll help this guy out anyway. I'll reach down and like be like, I think you can stand, and reach out for his hand and like start picking him up and expend 5 hit points or lay on hands to cure his disease.
He takes. He's like, you think I can stand? Hey, hey, I guess he'll make a persuasion check, I suppose, first of all.
23.
Yank him to his
Yeah.
feet. He's done.
Yeah, with that thing of persuasion, he's like, that's not possible. But he pulls his feet off nonetheless, and as he puts them down, they're like, just feel tingling.
Oh shit, they're gone. Ah!
Oh,
And he starts kind of like popping back and forth. He's like, Melora, look. She glances back. It's like, yeah, that's great. Clear bed. Bring another one in.
you have been healed by the Lord.
exactly.
And then she's like immediately back to what she's doing. And
I'll say,
Is
now
there-
get out of here, you scamp. And
Is there a bunch of people in here with like physical wounds?
some people, yeah, there's just people with physical wounds. Mm-hmm.
Not going to be outdone. I saw that shit.
yeah, fuck you, healer. How you like that shit?
Ah,
I'm going to
go.
heal 10 people.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
Oh,
see.
no.
You're gonna
It
heal
looks
10
like we
people
do
with,
need
what?
it seems like we do need quite a lot of room in here. And I'm going to spot at least 10 people who have bandages and shit or whatever. And I am going to cast a spell of mine. Basically, my hair starts to float up a little bit like I'm underwater, and then blood droplets come out of my skin and float around and start moving from people to people as I cast a Vitality Blood Mist, my 3rd level spell. And so I healed 10 people for 2d6 plus 5 over the course of a minute.
Malar, who was looking at the just kind of still inspecting the woman on the table.
Are you, like-
glances over to see what you're doing for a
Are
second?
you like
and then kind of-
ballerina and around or like?
No, I'm just
I mean, it's like a
flying, just-
minute, right?
Yeah, it's a big concentration spell. So basically, I can just walk around and in a 30-foot radius within me, just pick a guy and blood will go to him and heal his broken wounds for 2d6 plus 5.
Yeah, Malar says,
Eyes aglow with
doesn't-
that nice smoldery glow there.
that doesn't seem sanitary.
That's what I was gonna say.
And she's just like wide-eyed looking at looking at you.
The blood heals.
What have I gotten myself into?
People are like.
So I healed
really
10 people.
People,
and then
people
whoever
are like initially freaked out by what's happening here.
So you're shooting blood at people?
Yeah,
You
just
cut
like
your wrist
imagine
and
a
like,
mist. A mist made of blood
Yeah.
just shoots out of like my
Oh,
pores.
so
I
there's
hold
like
up
this
my
pink
hand.
mist.
Yeah, just like a blood crimsony mist goes over and seeps into their wounds and
Pink
closes them.
mist.
People are initially freaked out, but it goes from kind of like freaked out to people being like, I feel better. Oh,
It's twofold. I heal the worst people, and anyone else who's there for like a stub toe or shit is like, I'm not dealing with this, and they just leave.
Yeah, there's definitely some people that like get freaked out, kind of like as it starts coming to them, where like kind of like scrambling out of the bed and like rushing for the hex.
Good. Push over, make some room. But I heal 10 people for an average of 7 health.
Yeah, the people that get healed are pretty going from initially freaked out to pretty happy about the situation. They're like, yeah, I feel a lot better. Wow, that was something.
Remember me when I need help next time.
Laura is glancing back and says, "It's a day of something, apparently." As she looks back at the woman on the table, she's like glancing at her eyes, like, "Oh, she's gone."
Elaborate on gone.
Wait, what?
Her autonomic reflexes are non-existent.
Yeah, when I initially touched her to try to heal her of the affliction, I felt as if there was a shunting of my very vital force out of my own body for a moment before I pulled myself back in.
Wait, did that actually happen, or are you making shit up?
If you pay attention when we play this game, you would know.
Well, it didn't look like much of anything happened at the time, so you guys continued your conversation.
Yeah,
Talked to the old man. Yeah, it happened, but like it didn't look like much.
Oprah generally
yeah, for sure, exactly. Yeah. That's in character.
In character.
Yeah, that's in character.
And then, yes, it seemed like we had more pressing matters at the time. I thought we were under attack from some lightning shooting beasts that we couldn't see in the ceiling.
Well, I guess that would fit. You may have came back, but she's still gone. To be honest, I have no idea how to treat this.
Neither did I. The blood had no effect.
Would I, like, from a religious standpoint, if like a soul is separated from the body, but the body is still alive, would something like that be like revivify magic needed, or is there like, yeah, it could work? Okay. But what if the body's not dead? Like, would the lowest level of magic like that work, or would we need to treat the body like it had just died? Like, is there any religious like text or something that I might have read that, because I know there's like the astral plane where like you can separate your body from. Is there like anything like that I would know?
Do you have a religion?
I do have religion.
It might be a religion check.
Hit that religion in.
Religion check. All right.
I just Sindekio incited Taurine. And yeah, she's
this would
legit.
be a fairly high DC on this type of thing. It's not a common issue.
Yeah.
The classic 9 with advantage insights, and like your advantage pulling weight as usual.
It's Obru's. That's Obru's. Yeah, that's his thing.
Yeah, I'm referring to the religion. What was the insight on?
Taurine was bullshitting Obru or not.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that it's a fairly rare thing. This type of thing is fairly rare. So with the 15, you've heard of stuff like that, but as far as like a remedy, yeah, maybe revivify, greater restoration, possibly.
Okay.
Right, spell wise, those might be possible.
Bring up, I'll say, well,
but you really don't know for sure.
So I know there are some spells that call souls back to bodies. Usually the body is dead, but it might work in this case. If you know of someone who can cast that kind of magic. That's just I've heard of similar cases, just nothing. I've never heard of too many remedies.
She says, I know some people topside that might do it, but down here, not so much. This takes me back.
Takes you back.
Back to the early days.
You work on some crazy shit with soul possession?
Well, back into the early days of Exodus and Seguir, there were things like that happened, and I saw some of them. People who lost themselves. But we haven't seen anything like that. And, well, sometimes we see some things like that, I suppose. But drug use, though, not this.
For all intensive, just for clarification's sake. Sure, her body is alive, correct? Just her. Everything
She's
else
still
is kind of.
alive.
Would you be able to house her here if we? I know you have a lot of
Well,
need for beds, but
I never turn anyone away, and it looks like we just freed up a dozen.
I wink.
glancing over at you.
Ink mist.
Yeah, Miss Mist over here. What was your name again?
Is he talking to me or Alexander?
Yeah, I hear you.
Tureen.
No, it's a Trodden. You got that double
Trodden.
R in there.
I always appreciate help here at the clinic, but I think we're gonna have to warn people before that ever happens again.
Well, they can take it or leave it.
I'm pretty sure some of them would have left it, considering they left the clinic while they're still injured.
Obviously, they weren't hurt enough then.
Or it was kind of like somebody, like when you run over an animal, or when someone runs over an animal and they just run off into the woods to die. Maybe that.
that's
I just look at Obru.
You're like, run over an animal? How do you do that?
What's this? Run over animals all the time, or where are you from?
You just always just like run them over.
Bad, like modern analogy. I couldn't think of one that was fucking.
I mean, it does happen in Exodus every once in a while, I suppose.
Yeah.
Rats get
Is that
run
how all
over,
of that
but they
happened? A bad wagon operating accident? I say gesturing your limbs.
It is kind of an Exodus thing, I suppose. A rat or a cat could get run over.
Or a child.
Fuck, man, you're getting dark today.
I
I get your car is fucking. People keep fucking with your car, man. She's like, goddamn kids, but run them over.
Then that kid will grow up to get vengeance on your car. That's what happened. You hit a kid with your car a long time
That's
ago.
right. Now
No,
he's
I
the
did not.
John
He's
Wick
back.
of the car.
It's like I've been waiting my whole motherfucking life for this.
What in the hell is happening right now?
I don't know. I'm waiting for
Fucking crazy.
shit to get answered. Obviously, we've cleared up some beds. She can. On Alexander mentioned something about magic that calls souls back to bodies. I say I know of one such ability that the blood gives me. It requires me to make a glyph out of diamond dust, though. An exorbitant amount of diamond dust, and it only works for people who've passed away briefly. I don't know how it would interact with someone whose body is still alive.
Could work. It might not, though.
If anyone has 100 gold worth of diamond dust, I'd be willing to chance it.
It's 300 gold, not 100 gold, bro.
Is it 300
Yeah.
for Revivify?
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah,
There
that's
is.
what I was like.
And it's
You just-
expended?
Yeah.
I just
And it's
wanted to lie
sorry.
to everybody, I guess. Fuck. I
I
couldn't believe
thought
fucking...
I thought you were covering the other two.
I couldn't. No, I don't have that. I don't have that kind of cash money on me.
Yeah, you didn't give us extra. You
300
didn't give
gold.
him extra money.
God, we never get extra money in this game except in Flavor Town.
I did. As Finn, I got a shit ton of like an extra
Yeah, then you got a shit ton. Yep.
So you were like, I have the money man background.
money.
Right.
Time.
That's what happened. Is it like
Everybody else was broke bitches in our last
merchant.
And every single gold we got was spent on potions. That's why 2 of us came back as healers.
Yeah, you still had a shit ton.
And apparently, all like what I got on my character sheet is all there is, and I ain't got nothing near that.
Oh, I did want to start you guys with like items or whatever.
Oh, now you say shit.
Not
we can take
Did you
care
give
of it
me
later.
these fucking goofy ass swords? Like,
Should have sold them.
You got
Bought
goofy
some
ass
diamonds.
swords.
Your character
Did you-
started off with shit.
You also got your
You are
hands
half robot.
upgraded, right?
Over's like, I started with nothing as he crosses his metal arms.
crosses two swords with upgraded.
Looking like fucking Metal Gear Revengeance Raiden over here.
Has a dark star. Has his own.
I got
has
nothing. Whole
got
bar.
nothing.
Not bad.
well, I don't have any money. That's for sure.
That's true.
I'll give you
That's
that.
that's what I was talking about.
But I did But I didn't start them with anything, but I did want to start them with items potentially.
Well,
I got all that I need.
Alexander's gonna go chase down the people who ran, and see if he can track them down and like see how badly they're wounded. Like, are they
That's
like
the honest opinion. If they can get up and go, they didn't need healing.
they're like crawling away? Like, God help me!
They weren't. Nobody who needed to crawl left.
Yeah, they were like, I'll take the blood.
Torino
look at
is
it.
correct on that part. If they had to crawl away, they didn't try it.
Yeah. Look at it this way, Alex. The ones that need the most help got the least farthest. How do I say that? How else do I say that?
The ones who needed help didn't move and accepted help when it was offered.
Well, the ones that ran. That's
There's
what he's going for. The ones that
The
got
ones that
there's a-
ran
there's a-
obviously
there's a-
don't need to take up space in a clinic.
There's a grim logic to it.
I might even come across the Vishtaran temple. Woohoo!
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody ran to the temple like, oh, this is
Yeah,
bloodshed.
you can-
all ran to the temple.
Yeah, I mean, when you go out
Right
there,
away.
they mostly moved off, so you can just like kind of wander to the east until you see the Vishtaran temple and the body shop, which body shop looks like it's like the outfitting on the name has like looks like moving like mechanical limbs, kind of like moving around, moving on it with some backlighting, kind of like neon blue backlighting.
So I'll think to myself, so that's where Obru got that.
That's
Then I'll wander
exactly
into the temple.
Uh-huh.
I'll wander into the temple and ask if anyone's from the clinic has like come running. Anyone that I saw, I'm gonna look around the temple and see if I see anyone that I saw in the clinic.
Yeah, you pop into the temple, and yeah, it has this particular Vishtaran temple actually has it looks like it has kind of like has almost like a stage look to it, but with like the Vishtaran symbol kind of on the back, imprinted in the back of the stage look, and with some table seating and stuff like, and then a kind of a wraparound stairwell. That
Is it like a smoky jazz hall or?
yeah, it has a little bit of a smoky jazz hall type of thing. There's people kind of sitting, kind of like smoking in the on the tables, and then kind of like as I was saying, a kind of a wraparound kind of spiral staircase that heads up to the second floor and down as well on the other side to some lower floors. And there's a what appears to be a kind of bar set up there as well. So yeah, it looks like they're kind of competition. Um, and a woman walks up uh, to you immediately as you walk in, and she says, "Welcome to the temple. What can I get you?"
Good to see that there is a Vishtar temple down here.
She's wearing kind of a slinky blue lace dress that has a big slit up to her hip, basically, and kind of a low V cut. Tiefling with purple eyes.
I'll ask, has anyone just come running in here right before I got here? There was kind of like over at the clinic, some got scared by some magic, and I just want to make sure that they got healed properly. So, is there anyone around here that came in?
She says, "Well, if anyone came in here, we'd make sure they're treated properly. But you don't need your armor." Gives you a wink.
Yes. Well, that would I would see how that would happen. Yes, but no, we're talking about diseases. Do you treat people here as well, like the clinic?
Hmm. We don't treat people, but not normally, no. But sometimes it has been known to happen. After all, if anyone does want our services, they have to be clean. So
Oh
just
yes,
case by case basis.
yes, I'm aware of that much, but I just didn't know if reading project. Just didn't know if you would treat anyone that came like running in here.
Not just
This
anyone.
reason.
As I said, case by case basis.
Fair enough. So no one's coming here. All right. Well, maybe I'll try up north.
My name's the Tara, by the way. What's yours?
Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon me. Should have introduced myself first. It's Alex.
Pleasure, Alex. Hope to see you again.
He'll give it a slight nod. Then he'll turn around and kind of like walk out, and kind of look around, look to the right, look to the left, and I start heading back towards the crossroad. And he's gonna head north.
Sure.
That's what he's doing. Well, whatever they do in the Last Light Clinic.
Mm-hmm.
I assume we're coming out about the same time. Like, oh, you didn't find anything you need in the brothel?
All right, then you guys can catch up with each other right here in the cross section.
Well, hold on. Like, we were there to treat that.
Nothing we can do.
Well, I wanted to see what
Malara doesn't know what to do. She says I'll just, she gave her she tried to give her some smelling salts to kind of bring her back. But she says whatever this is, I haven't seen anything like it in a long time.
Oh, okay.
And even back then, well, there wasn't always a good option. Magic, perhaps.
Maybe Obru can concoct some mushroom magic so we can go to the dream world and retrieve her soul.
Torian rolls her eyes.
I think Obru's on some of that mushroom magic right now.
Right now. Obru, only one of your eyes is dilated. What's up with that?
Well, the other is robotic, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's the one that's dilated.
Malara says, she says, don't laugh too hard. I've seen some strange things with the mushrooms.
Well,
I know some people.
They're powerful medicine. I use them sparingly.
We've got some beds open for you now. So if we find anyone else who's afflicted by the lightning, then I suppose we'll bring them here.
She nods and says, "Yes, please do. I don't know what to do, but I will absolutely be thinking on it.
Well, assuming their souls return to their...
Perhaps the mushrooms, yeah, but they might come back on their own, or perhaps
Yeah.
we'll be forced to attempt a mushroom solution." She says as she smiles at Obru. Oh, Obru, before you go, did you give a thought about the quarantine? There's probably a lot of people in there that's... Well, I don't want to think about what's happening to them.
Yeah, I haven't
Now
got.
it's probably worse. They must be
How long
terrified.
ago was that? Hold on, I thought that was like last session. It got mentioned or something. Like
This
It was in our pregame session where it's like, "Hey, here's what's been going on."
You spoke with her before last session. That would be during the downtime.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, you didn't have a crew or anything.
Right.
So,
yeah.
To go check it out. And
what
also,
was the quarantine thing about?
We don't know. Don't necessarily. We don't really know. That's what.
I mean, Turing can ask in character.
Yeah. What is this
Yeah,
quarantine
true.
business about? And does it pay well?
She says, it's... I don't really have. I mean, I'm not really paying for it. It's just something that I think should be done. And I heard that the association were a decent group of people. So I asked Obru if he would take a look into the quarantine. They've sealed off the northeast section of this floor. Those people are... Well, they've got to be dying in there. It's inhumane, and I didn't know who else to ask, so I asked Obru.
And now we finally have an opportunity to look into it.
She nods.
It seems our slate has been cleared for the day on account of a storm.
What?
Obru, your knowledge of blackjack does not seem to... does not... You doubt that that's true.
It's his fault he ran off. We were ready to go on this mission, and then fucking random shit started happening.
He left Euphoria there to take you there. She's still in the dark star.
Oh, that's too bad. I've already used the 3rd level spell, so I ain't going adventuring today.
Suit yourself.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Are we moving on the fucking blackjack thing today? Did we do?
It's up to you.
Well, you did have 4 people, and then Ricky had to go check on his people now. So now you're down a dude. Because Ricky's dealing with that shit. Because undoubtedly some of his people have been struck by lightning.
We could go check in on that. Actually,
A 3-man shamble.
and okay, I want to go up and thank Malara and just give warm hand on the shoulder. And then I want to sleight of hand like 10 gold into her coat.
From her shoulder?
What's with Obru and reverse pickpocketing things on the people that they won't find out about?
Played way too much Skyrim. Reverse pickpocket poison.
There
Oh,
we go.
Give her the cold metallic hand to the shield.
just like she's at the gynecologist.
Just like kind of thank you.
I want to see if I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Look out, he's sticking his hand in your pocket. Where's that skill? I'm asking for the same bonus anyway. Nope.
Where you at? I'll see you, bitch. Get out of here.
Too busy trying to leave this clinic. Person ain't gonna pay me or nothing.
As you do that, she kind of glances down, looks back up to you, and says, "Thanks, Uber."
She caught you.
Like a motherfucker. Holy shit.
Mr. Ninja Man, you rolled a 9. Since people probably don't watch this and just listen to it. If they do that. He rolled a 19. I rolled a 10. She rolled a 25 on that nice perception.
Damn.
19 sleight of hand crushed by 25.
Well, +9.
Yeah. All the NPCs has just been better than us since we got here.
Since we got here, like everybody.
Par for the course.
I mean, to be fair though, she's from the original fucking Exodus, man.
Yeah, she was talking about
that's the one. That was the one Rex was always helping. This is the doctor.
Yep, that's her.
Doctor.
She led a large portion of the populace of Segware at one point. Yeah.
Now she must be assassinated.
And Alex down here in Lower City, just helping people.
Alex is just running around cackling people. Let me heal you.
Yeah, I suppose there's enough time there for Alex to head up this way, if that's what he was doing.
Yeah, I'm like, if I see one on the side, like on the road or anything, I was like, have you seen anyone like running past this way?
Like, yes, let's bleed all of our resources together.
Well, you want to do a long rest before we do anything.
Oh, for sure.
I don't give a fuck about my resources. I just want to heal people.
Yep.
You casters are such prima donnas.
That's the way it is.
Well, I'm saying I don't. Yeah, I don't care about my
I've been a caster in a long time, so I'm stingy now.
No, only.
Actually, I'm very generous. I busted
cuisine for me.
I busted a 3rd level spell on a bunch of nobodies. I think I am a fucking saint.
I cured toe fungus. So
yeah, it's true, and he could have done it a few more times too.
That makes him an apostle.
Oh,
then he got up and started dancing like the grandpa from fucking Willy Wonka. I got the golden feet.
Let's see here. Let me get a wisdom saving throw from Alex.
A wisdom saving throw? Okay.
Oh,
get fucked for going out there and being nice.
Oh,
19?
there you go.
As you're walking
the
here,
vengeance.
There's kind of a little bit of a, I mean, it's a chaotic environment. A lot of people like running around, kind of wild-eyed. The people aren't injured per se or anything like that. But people are just kind of like freaking out, going from place to place, like kind of like just figuring out, asking themselves, what the fuck happened, and just generally, just generally freaking out. By the way, what is the secondary color that Alexander sees when he walks through the neon pink light of Exodus?
Oh fuck, I don't know, man. Let me ask you: would someone with divine blood or some kind of divine energy in their soul would that affect how they see things, or not, or is this just a preference?
It could.
I don't know. You said originally I was gonna go. It has to be like some kind of shade of dark blue or like some kind of shade of purple to blue, right?
I said
No,
sickly
no.
green was my second.
The after image can really be kind of anything. I believe what I said was that people who see like pure white after image are considered by the worshippers of Saint Alwyn to be kind of touched by the light or special in some way.
To be touched by her light. I got the light. Fuck out of here. I don't know, secondary color.
What color of light do you got?
The lightest of light.
Just pick the color, and it
Is that
determines
white?
what bad thing happens to you.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just
Blurple.
fucking- Blurple. So it's purple. I guess I'll see like ocean blue, like that ocean greeny. What's it called?
Teal.
Teal. Yeah, we'll go
Or
teal.
Teal.
turquoise.
Turquoise. that's
Turquoise.
a good
Whatever.
one.
Yeah, whatever. Like an oceany, like blue green.
Nice. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, as you're like walking through there, people are kind of like freaking out, and you get kind of like in the interim between like going on the lights, as the light kind of lowers itself before it rises up again from the next lamp, if you will, right? The next sconce.
Mhm.
You can see more of that after image than usual. Like it's like coming in heavier. Like this teal light is kind of coming in heavier. And gives a whole different like it just feels like as you're walking forward, like the lights like slowly change, and before you know it, it just feels like it's just alternating kind of this neon pink to teal, neon pink to teal, neon pink to teal, and that's kind of like hypnotic pattern. Um, you shake your head once you start for a second. Once you kind of feel like you're like losing kind of your bearings a little bit, you like shake your head, and it begins to fade. Kind of the light kind of comes back to its normal neon pink with just a slight after image. You did it reflexively, but you do wonder what would have happened if you hadn't, if you had continued. It does kind of cross your mind, but it's gone now anyway.
And lightning bolt to the dick.
I'm gonna look around just because that seems really odd and see if
Mhm.
maybe anyone casted anything. Like, is anyone like making direct eye contact with me?
No. You look
No?
glancing out the side, you see a person coming down from your left. Looks like a hell screamer. Walking up towards you. Yeah, they're looking at you, I suppose. So they're making direct. They're when you look back, they're making direct eye contact with you, and so I guess yes, they're not just like standing there. They're moving. Looks like they're just heading somewhere.
Oh, okay.
And this kind of started before you got there too. So it's like
Okay. And I don't see anyone from the clinic then.
no, you don't see
No.
anyone from the clinic.
I'm gonna head back then. It must have fucking fled pretty far.
Shall we cross paths? Or are you guys still talking?
I left.
Yeah,
You guys can
when
cross
we
paths
moved.
over here.
Yeah, we're moving
here.
along.
Yep, so you guys
Also,
can
I
cross
had a
paths here.
question. I had a question about paladin auras.
I wouldn't even bother because I don't have one yet.
No, we're about to level
Oh,
6.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind.
You guys going to Katsukai?
Oh yeah, we're gonna since we're here, we're gonna check in on Ricky's situation.
Well, Ricky Steamboat. Oh, as we kind of cross paths. So, I wasn't able to find anybody. You know, for injured people, they move real fast.
Apparently.
And I'm just like gesturing, like, as I said. It didn't really need any healing.
Question, just a quick question. You've been down here. I mean, I'm new here. How long have you been down here, Obru?
A month, 2, right? Or has it only been a month?
2 at this point.
2, okay. Because I think like we had spent like 2 or 3 weeks prior to the break.
It was like 10 days.
We're getting towards 2 at this point.
Okay.
I
And
got an
then
incredulous look on my face. You've been down here 10 months, and you're supposedly the leader of a gang
Dude.
called the Association. Or 2 months, not 10 months.
yes,
Had my days
2
and my
months.
months mixed up.
Right. Yes, and we forged treaties through blood
Oh,
and loyalty.
that explains a little about our operation here.
Yeah, we're new here, but we've established ourselves. Now, I'm gonna go check in on Ricky
Mm-hmm.
to see
Yes, you
how
make
his
your way
people are.
Oh, well, anyway, so he was going to ask you, give him 2 months. Have you noticed anything wrong with the lights? Like, kind of get like, oh, that weird after image gets really odd. It starts getting a little, I don't know, it gets a little heavier, a little brighter, a little like more hypnotic.
Oh, you
Be honest,
know,
Ober, you haven't spent that much time out on them.
yeah, I haven't spent that much time.
Have you been
In
into
the-
Obru's
oh.
mushrooms?
You've been glued to the Dark Star for the most part.
No, no, I haven't spent a lot of time in these hallways except to get from place to place.
Which doesn't happen often. You send people to
Yeah.
get things or whatever.
No, I haven't
Have
been
I
in the
heard-
mushroom. I haven't been in
Has
the mushrooms.
Obru heard anyone say anything about it? Like, table talk or what? No.
Yeah, yeah. You've heard people talk about the lights. It's a common kind of refrain from people. Which is the one that you kind of you know, it's not really so much the refrain is about the lights, but you kind of like put it together at this point, because the general opinion is when in the like head down in the corridor is kind of like you mind your own business, kind of keep your eyes down, but at the same time, that's
You gotta be
about talking about the
aware.
people. Let's talk about the people. But yeah, you look aware of the people, but you're not like crossing eyes with them. And generally, that's at least that's not how you live necessarily. Like this is not how you. For like normal people that live here, they keep their eyes down, right? You kind of like when you're passing by somebody, like you can keep your eyes on their hands or something like that, right, to be aware. But but you don't like eye contact people. I mean, unless you're a hell screamer or whatever. Crossing eyes with Alex here a second ago, but that's like gang member type of thing. That in that territory, of course, there's different rules. But for your average person, um, they're kind of eyes down, which makes sense because that way you don't piss anybody off, piss a gang member off or something like that. But at the same time, it's also eyes down from the lights as well. And you've heard people, kind of exclaim things about the light here and there. So you do notice kind of through line, having been here for a couple months there, about the light.
I've heard of people having odd reactions to the lights, but me personally, not so much. Haven't spent considerable amount of time in these halls, just where I'm always going place to place.
I stare at the nearest light.
And
You've heard people say things like "fuck the light" or whatever. But at the same time, people like a lot of people like worship it. So you hear plenty of people talking about it like the praise the light, basically, right? Praise the light of all when people grow things with it sometimes, and it's just always on allowing people to live down here.
Right. So, all right, heading down to
That's okay. Well, no. Tanikin?
Zandaka. Tinnikin.
Like a Tanikin.
hands
There we go.
hand holds
Closer.
fist or something.
Like a Tanikin.
Just call it the balance.
I'm getting there. Zendaka Tanikin. All right, yeah. So you guys can go and move yourselves down to the Zendaka. Just change this. Zendaka and me can maybe.
Close.
Close.
But we'll keep it for interesting D&D spelling. Da buddy, da kitty.
All that close enough.
And it's hand holds fist or something like that.
Yeah, balance hand to fist.
Uh,
Who's
Over, there's a
esoteric?
giant A in the middle of the road.
Oh, basically their idea is like, you got to know when to make your hand a closed fist and know when to keep it open.
So yeah, you'll make your way into the kind of entry area with like the pool and the sand garden and all that. And then into the main wooden floor central area where you can probably find Ricky.
We've probably gathered up all of our, what you call it, fallen, stricken people.
Yeah, I mean it's minimal. Like you actually didn't. I mean maybe like a person got hit.
Yeah, we're in the process of packing him up and moving him over to the civilian quarters where someone could take care of him on the other side.
Yeah, makes sense.
Fortunately, only one of mine seems to have been stricken by the lightning.
this is good news. Maybe it is a rare occurrence.
Maybe an isolated event. Does Ricky have any connections? Do we have like a spy network or some shit? Somewhere where I get information?
Your spy network, I mean, it's mostly focused on rooting out the Katsukai.
Works for me.
Yeah.
But whatever this is you'd out there, they would know. Tomohachi is also here as well. Who nods and says, "Oh, Brew, good to see you."
Tomohachi. Always a pleasure.
And who do you have with you?
This would be Taurine and
Taurine
and Alexander.
I roll my eyes for like the 30th time today.
Just so you know, Alex has never said his full name, so it's just Alex.
That's Alex.
Alex. Oh, okay.
He bow. He
Alex
gives,
Squishes.
he gives a small bow and then says, "It's a pleasure to meet you both. Does anyone know anything about this event?"
Nothing as of yet.
Well, there was a strange old man in the bar that kept talking about research in an arcane university.
Hmm.
I have a hunch that something happened on the surface above us, being as the lightning came down through the ceiling.
So if you're
Seems reasonable.
inquiring about like thing itself, what's happened to them. Best thing we've come up with is their soul has been torn out of their body. And we're not quite sure how to pull it back. Maybe there are spells that call souls back to bodies, but that's usually, when someone has passed on. So we're not quite sure if something like that would work on them or not.
Suddenly there's another tremor.
That is
Ground
Malara's
shakes.
conclusion.
So another tremor?
Yeah, Tyreen's eyes immediately go to the
shakes
ceiling. I'm getting ready. I take the dodge action. Getting out of here.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm springing into action, dodging.
Tamaji's eyes follow yours up to the ceiling. As he bends his knees to stabilize himself. Nothing. It's not nearly as strong as the first one, he says.
I don't know, it feels like any shaking in an underground city seems just really bad ideas.
He
And
nods.
perhaps it's time to make our way to the surface.
So many died in the collapse during the water revolt. I would hate to see something like that happen again.
Maybe we should check out the quarantine area. Just scout it out. Nothing serious.
We're in an active earthquake zone. I think we should go to the surface and wait this out. I didn't make my way to this city with the intent to be buried in it.
That is going to take quite some time to get up there.
I mean, I came down an elevator. And who's to say this hasn't messed with the elevator's function? So I think we should investigate some elevators.
I mean, it's up to you. What do you all want to do? Do you want to go see? I prefer not to get crushed either, but
But
you're saying something about a quarantine zone.
Yes.
You think there's a quarantine zone around here and it has something to do with this, or what?
I mean, it seems foolish to ignore an earthquake, to echo your words in an underground city.
Hold on.
I'm not a dwarf. I don't understand underground things. But I know earthquakes are bad. Much less sleeping down here to go do some other foolhardy mission tomorrow.
I have to agree. It might not be safe here.
Well, we are deep underground. It is going to take a long time to get up. And we have a few leads as to what might be causing it. There was the gentleman at the bar that was drinking pure alcohol, talking about some project upstairs. And maybe the quarantine area has something with it as well.
How convenient.
Well, he said, I mean, your upstairs is up the elevator. So.
That is, exactly. Not to put any stock in the words of an alcoholic, stinking alcoholic man.
Yeah, but he's not talking. He wasn't talking about leaving the city. It was out of the city. It was just upstairs. So,
what do you think upstairs is?
Yeah, upstairs is in the Exodus proper.
That's where the university that he was blathering on about was.
That's way up there.
Yeah, That's what he was talking about.
We're just waiting for you to get it, man.
He's saying it traveled from all the way up there down here.
Well,
Well, I'm going to make an executive decision, and if you guys are going to wait here, I'm going to go check on the elevators.
good luck getting up to Exodus, dude. That takes like weeks and a shit ton of money.
Well, how the fuck did us random broke people keep getting down here?
Because you're broke. Now you're broke. You fell for the con.
Did I have 6 million gold
How
in my
have you not
pocket?
gotten
And I just
this
give it
so
to
far?
the guy on the elevator and come down here?
Yeah, you got conned.
Suspension of
I'm
disbelief.
swearing.
When
shattered.
when you go down, you can come back. When you go down, you can come back up.
That's what I'm talking
It was a problem for Ricky because he didn't come down the proper way. So he
brought in
had
as
to,
a slave.
it took him like a week because he had to get smuggled up through a mushroom and a mushroom.
Yeah, but Tareen came down the fucking elevator, so I'm gonna go back up the fucking elevator.
So yeah, absolutely.
This is just it's not bright what we're doing down here.
So
I want to
DMs can't throw 2 earthquakes at me and expect me to stay down here.
I want to use my network to figure out where
What network?
pure alcohol went.
all right. Okay. Absolutely.
Follow the just like the cereal commercials. Follow your nose.
For real. That guy had
That's a
the
good point.
nastiness about him.
You could smell him from a fair distance.
It's one of those scent quests in a video game. Follow the scent.
All right, so Tureen is taking this path here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go straight elevator mode, and regardless what these guys do, I'm going back to the elevator.
What's Alex doing?
I'll say tell Obru. I'm gonna go check out the elevator situation as well. It might be
Fair enough.
there might be it might be like a whole situation up there.
Yeah,
People,
it'd be
everyone
good to
trying to
know if
leave.
it's broken. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So
I
that-
agree.
so-
None of us should go alone.
So fair enough. So all right. So Obru, you consult your spy network to look for Stinky, and the two of you make your way here.
Making our way downtown.
Even before you get there, you realize that there are you see there's a general flow of people. Also, the lower city demons seem a little bit distracted right now as you push your way over here. And once you start getting over here, as soon as you get into this area, you can see it's just a mass of people, all like it's kind of chaos. And here's a mass of people all around the elevator. A lot of them are yelling and yeah, it's just chaos in this place.
Yeah,
Is the elevator moving?
And more people are following in behind you. Currently, no.
Oh, it's like, well, I'm not there.
It looks like the there's like kind of a ring of we'll call them like guards or whatnot that are kind of holding kind of like a position, just trying to kind of like keep people off of the elevator for the most part, and just pushing them away.
Do we hear like, are they trying to keep everyone jump piling to breaking the elevator, or is it like no one can go on the elevator right now? Like, are they yelling out no one's allowed, blah blah blah, or is it?
Yeah, what's
it's hard to even
general
hear
orders
at this
being
point.
barked?
Yeah, it's hard to even hear. The crowd is kind of just blocking. You have to force your way. You gotta push your way.
I have
through the crowd,
exceptional hearing though. Let's see if
go
I
ahead
can
and
pick
roll your
some
perception.
guard voices out of the crowd here.
Sure.
9.
Uh-huh.
If I only had advantage,
No.
it'd have been a nice 26.
Yeah, that's all totally on the advantage. Yeah, so you push your way through the crowd slowly. And yeah, there's a lot of water baron guards here, kind of push people and shouting them down. And it's like just Just yell at people to back off. It's closed. And for the most part, they're successful. Kind of just keeping people off the elevator. Keep the elevator clear. Like,
Did Finn leave his earpiece behind?
um,
I wouldn't think so.
Asking.
He paid some money for it, so no.
It's
Oh,
mine.
okay.
Get out of here.
All right. Damn.
you guys want to just stay there and kind of watch the chaos for a little bit?
Can I try to make? I'd like to try to make my way up towards the front, in front of a guard, like to talk to him, see what's going on a little more than what's going. I can hear.
Yeah, you can't really engage them in casual conversation currently.
Yeah.
Because it's just too much of an active situation. You have to start yelling, and then you're just one voice in a yelling crowd.
Hmm.
And yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Unless you have a creative way to I mean, as just a person in the crowd, you can't really conversate with them. I mean, it's just a very aggressive situation. They're just yelling people to back off, and and the elevator's not running.
I don't think he'd break out his creative solution just yet. So
fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, do I get a sense of how hostile this crowd is turning?
They're angry, but they're not like. I mean, they're not. Yeah, they're angry, but they're not like waving weapons around or anything like that. I mean, they have like weapons, but they're not like pulling their weapons. They're just like angry and pushing right now. It hasn't devolved to that point yet.
Mm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like they're letting anyone.
It's a very pushy crowd right now, and they're just getting pushed back for the most part. And they're not like super like aggressive about it. They're just kind of like trying to like everybody's kind of pushing in, and the crowd is just kind of squishing the people to the front forward, so that the crowd in the back is kind of pushing people in forward, and and then they're pushing them back. It's that kind of thing is happening. Physics, the physics of an angry crowd.
So what's the play,
causing
Alex?
the guards to be pretty pissed off.
What's the play, Alex?
Sounds like someone should urge for calm.
Someone should hype up the crowd.
No. First of
I'm gonna start handing out javelins. Kill him,
Alex. Looking on. Yeah. What are you guys doing here? We'll just wait and watch the chaos for a bit.
That's why I asked what the plan. I see he looks like he's scanning real intently, and I'm like, what's the plan, Alex?
See how it plays out.
I think we should probably fall back for now. All we're doing is being squished.
More. Third time is the charm. If I hear a third rumbling, I say we take the elevator. One way or the other.
I don't know. I think classic Nick, high charisma character, you would bullshit your way to the front, like while calming the crowd, and then take the next elevator up.
Yeah, but that's not. I'm not playing Rex. I'm playing Paladin.
That's the Rex thing to do for sure.
Paladins are about war, and that means sending peasants to kill these guards.
I'll say if another rumble like that happens, this may devolve into something pretty nasty. So I think it's smart if we fall back for now.
The problem may resolve itself. The elevator gets open one way or the other.
Or it gets clogged. Whatever.
That's what I agree. Third time is the charm.
I'm going to try to start pushing my way back out.
Yeah, sure.
I've just been following behind him, whatever path he makes. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, you can slowly push your way back up.
He's the big, strong man. I have to follow behind him. Unless I just blow people up with blood. That's all I do. Excuse me, and explosion.
But I would know that there's another path, right? Like the elevator leads. Okay. And it looks like that one's crowded too.
There's two main exits from the elevator room here, and I'll just they kind of reconnect. And here I'll say you've been through one of them, for example, and it reconnects like this.
Okay. So if I went right here, does it look like there's a line of people that way as well, trying to push up in?
No, the lines haven't extended down the corridor quite yet. But they're kind of pushing into the corridor, kind of like here. So you might imagine the line over here would be kind of like ish over here, maybe. Some people that are kind of getting stuffed up, and also people are trying to push their way through to get into the main rooms to see. So it's not like an orderly line type of thing. So people are still trying to push forward.
Okay. You'll keep that in mind. All right. Well,
Definitely a lot of people seeing if they can get the fuck out right now.
don't blame them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna say I maybe we shouldn't be back up with Obru. He might have another elevator. If there's more than one.
Possible. But in any case, third time is the charm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try to find Obru again.
Sure.
Last place I knew he was.
Back in the dark star here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, actually, I mean, did he tell?
As I say, he didn't.
Well,
So I think we're gonna.
I was yeah, I was definitely I checked in with Zendaka, and then yeah, I was heading back to the Dark Star.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky's like, well, I'm still going to help administrate over here for a little while, and then I'll head over there tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, people need to be kind of calmed down, and so Ricky will stay in.
My people need me.
Mm-hmm. Ricky people need him. And yeah, everybody gets back to the Dark Star. You're attempting to find out what again there, Ober?
Oh yeah, the Stinky Man.
Yeah, that's right.
That was the spy network thing. So
This
that's
is-
going to take some time. And then they come, Taurine and Alex come back.
Yep, you'll be sending people out looking for the Stinky Man.
That's going to be the title of this episode, The Stinking Man.
Yeah.
Stinky Man.
And so, all right.
We catch you up on the elevator situation.
Oh, you're saying it's like all kinds of chaos over there and whatnot?
Yep.
All right.
They're not letting people use it.
All right. So there's been one quake or
two.
There was one quake, and then there's been more, but they've been kind of weaker. Tremors more, right?
We had the tremors.
One that was pretty significant, and then there's been more tremors since then, but they've been like getting weaker.
Like aftershocks.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Ooh, aftershock.
Aftershocks.
I'm gonna ask Obru. So yeah, if those keep happening, that might devolve into something a little violent. People seemed really eager to get out. Is there another elevator topside?
Or you're not aware of any other elevator to the top side than that one.
Right. I know there's a like if I wanted to go down because we went down to like the other level.
There's another elevator to the east that would go down. And the hole you went down here is a hole right here, which
yeah,
the hole to the next hole down right there.
Would that work? Like could we get
and here I'll just reveal this elevator room over here just so you have a general idea. This elevator room over here, This is also apparently to the north of this. Here is where this area of the forest cut off, quarantined.
Let's see, that would be a useful piece of information, Obru. There's an elevator in the quarantine area.
But that goes down.
Damn it.
Yeah,
That's slightly less useful.
but the reason I brought that up was is Obru, or maybe I could ask Fritz or Rincala about something that goes up that's similar to that little tunnely thing.
Sure. Fritz is here right now. Also, he's always hanging
All
around.
right. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
Hey, boss.
Fritz, I was wondering if there's a way that we can go up and avoid all the nuisance clogging up.
He kind of like looks at you and kind of weirdly he says, "A way up without nuisance?" I mean, the elevator.
Well, the elevators are all clogged up. I was wondering if there was another way.
Oh yeah, they would be, wouldn't they? A way up without the elevator?
Correct.
I mean, not without nuisance, that's for sure. I mean, generally no. But I mean, people say that the water baron has a way up. That's what people say, but I don't really know if that's true. Other than that, I mean, I guess you could try to. I mean, I guess you could try to see if the Church of Saint Catherine might let you up. But they
Who
don't.
the hell is that?
But I'm saying it's like in theory a way up. Oh, well.
Yeah,
I
Obru's heard
forget
about
how,
her. And
he's
it's just I haven't heard it in a lot. Me personally.
yeah. He's
So, yeah.
You gotta blink. Says, oh, I forget how new you are here, boss. But yeah, you know, obviously everyone knows Saint Allwood, right? We live under Allwood's
Right.
light. You know, praise the light and all that. You know. But the one that you know, just like you always see the sun, you don't always see the moon, right? And that's what Saint Catherine is. She's the moon to Allwood's sun. You know what I mean? Sometimes people say they see her in the mirror. Uh, it's kind of creepy, actually. Like, I don't know. Stories that I've heard are kind of really creepy.
Yeah, you would be correct. Like, Alwyn, Catherine sound like real bags of shit. I can just say right now.
Yes. Well, a lot of people love them.
Tareen just has a beer. She's like, new city, new pantheon. Drink.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people love them, so they got a lot of crazy fanatic followers. I do mean crazy. So actually, come to think of it, sometimes sometimes St. Alwyn missions come down here too. If you pledge yourself to the light, you could get out of Lower City. Oh, but but they use the elevators for that too. So I guess if the elevators are clogged, I guess maybe they wouldn't be doing the mission.
All right.
But anyway, yeah, the war, according to rumor, right? Saint Catherine, if you go into her church, well, her church is like tunnels, right? It's apparently interconnected or possibly interconnected all the way up to topside, all the way up to the top. Maybe I actually don't
All
know.
right, all right,
Not all
all
the
right.
way, but point is
Fritz.
that they got a path, but it's just chock full of like deadly traps and stuff. So
Right, all right, Fritz. I get it.
they don't like people
All right.
using their temple there unless they're their people. You know what I mean?
How about we
Right.
review our
Okay.
non-cult
So,
options?
all right. Yeah, that doesn't sound like an option. Vlad.
Well, hey, like I said, none without nuisance.
Yeah, all right, Vlad. I'm gonna go to Vlad. Right guy.
Okay, you go to Lod.
Lod? Oh, okay.
Slod.
I was gonna say Vlad. When did he
Oh,
fucking turn to?
Need somebody impaled or some shit?
Yeah.
All right.
He's
yeah.
impaling
He
the
drinks rat
rats.
blood. Yeah, he drinks rat blood. That's
Yeah.
that's what.
All right.
I'm gonna call
Oh,
him
he
Lod
sates
the
his hunger.
Impaler. Like, he instantly
Yeah.
becomes
Lod
cool now.
the
Lod the
Impaler.
Impaler. Yeah, I love it. All right, yeah, so you guys go check
Go down
out
there and
Lod
there's
the
50
Impaler.
rats on pikes just in the basement now.
There have been times like that.
They deserved it.
You gotta put them on the pikes to let them know. All right.
Right. But they just eat their own, so it doesn't matter.
Barbecue. They're like barbecue. Sweet.
So I go to Lod, and I'm like, all right, how do we get upstairs?
Hey, Obu. Upstairs is in topside? You want to go to the upper city?
Oh, well, above us. Yeah.
You're really scraping the bottom of the barrel, aren't you, for informants?
He says, "Oh, I know why you came to me. You're thinking of going through the sewers, aren't you?"
Yeah.
Smart man. But God, it's terrible in there. You mean
Well,
you're not
our
going to
other
be able to
option.
traverse up to topside without coming in contact with probably multiple groups of rats that aren't going to like you in their territory.
Hmm.
Couldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why. Monty, you came down here the elevator. You can go back up, right?
No, it's swarmed.
Ah, right.
Everybody's trying to get out.
Yeah. Well, once the crowds die down, hopefully they'll open it back up.
Hmm.
I mean, up to you. I don't know how quick you got to go, but going through the sewers is it'll get you up there. It's you know,
Yeah.
I suppose it should be not straightforward, but given enough time, you can find your way up. But
Yeah, only if we
there's a
had some kind
lot
of
of rats. A lot of rats. I haven't cleared
Yeah.
out the rats in some time, so
only if
you
we
know,
had
get your rat face on if you're gonna go into the sewers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, only if we had a druid with us of some kind. Really, really applicable. All right.
Oh,
Well,
I mean, it might help a little, but I mean, definitely would help, but I wouldn't guarantee you're gonna be able to get by them without them taking a pound of flesh.
mhm.
You know.
Yeah, they do ask for that. So
Yeah. We still need that 100. We make a decision on that 100 pounds of meat.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
They were tapping earlier.
Also,
Hmm.
just out of
They're probably
character,
distracted after the tremors, though, so I wouldn't think it's a rush.
I thought they gave him a receipt for like 100 and something
Yeah,
pounds of
when
meat, as in they took the guy was like we took 100 pounds of
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
really funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were like, that guy was 100 pounds of meat. Thanks, bro.
I like that though. I like that.
Yeah,
No, they're
Just wait, they already
took
took their 100 pounds.
Yeah,
of
just
meat.
in case it wasn't
like you
officially
just had 100
mentioned.
pounds of meat just a week.
Yeah, just in case it
That
wasn't
was a
officially
receipt
mentioned
for the
on
100 pounds of
recording.
meat.
Ober hired another guy that wasn't allowed to watch the rat hole, and the rats just killed him and took him. And then they left a note saying 100 pounds of meat, and we all thought it was they were like, thanks. That guy was 100 pounds of meat.
Thank you. That's what I thought. I was
Apparently,
like, God damn.
they're extorting Obru.
Yeah, the first they kicked your ass, and now
And now
they're
they,
taking
Yeah,
your lunch money.
Lot's like, no, they don't leave receipts. They leave demand letters. That's what
even
they
the
want
rats
next.
make demands down here. I'll just go back up to the bar and drink. Because the guy I'm trying to work with here, he's getting extorted by rats.
Yeah, it really doesn't paint a pretty picture. It's like,
It's sad.
God damn.
Just sad state of affairs
Look,
right
It's
now.
just the
Lower
world,
City's rough.
man.
I'm just gonna go.
Well, it's pretty. It's fairly nice up there in the upper city.
Yeah, Tereen's like, I'm just gonna go meditate for a while in my room or something. So come retrieve me if you need me.
Lower City's just a whole different ball of wax.
Man, did I write any shit down?
We just need to sleep on it. No matter how this shit wear off tomorrow.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do? Go into the quarantine area? I remember.
Well, I thought you had your dickhole guy that you owed a favor to, or whatever.
I mean, Euphoria is still there in the sitting around the dark star.
Yeah.
Oh, she can.
She's all she's done is wave to you. She hasn't said anything to you. She just kind of waved to you when you came back.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
She should have
right.
reminded us
know
of
that
her
she's there.
existence before I spent all these spell slots.
What do you want to do, Obru? We're gonna give it a day. And do we want to head to this quarantine area today, and
Get out to the quarantine area if you want.
or do you want to wait till tomorrow to do something else? I know.
Yeah. I guess
What's
if
up?
we're gonna do, since Taurine is like, oh, I'm not gonna do any heavy lifting today. I guess we'll check out the quarantine area. And the next day we'll deal blackjacks.
Sure.
Deal with blackjack, yeah. His little thingy.
All right, so I guess I'll go and find Taurine. Knock on the door. Ask her see what room she's in. Knock on the door and say, I guess we're gonna go head to the quarantine area since that probably isn't too bad. Hopefully not too many fights there. If you want to come along.
Oh, very well.
Ober, you I mean, you haven't been over there yet, but you know the general path to the elevator. So I'll just feel there for you.
So finally, we're getting into something.
Maybe I could get Fritz to help me out with that and stuff. So
What are you going to do?
like guy
Yeah,
you
Fritz
said
can guide you
I
there,
know
sure.
the general, but like
Yeah,
help me out getting
Fritz
there
will take
and
you there
stuff
for
like
sure, though.
Yeah.
Just be sure. Yeah, absolutely. Fritz will guide you on over there.
Yeah, Ober's like, let's go check out this quarantine area, and he pulls out his fucking map, starting to lead us around the sky. I think I turned left here. Me and Alex just glance at each other all the time.
You guys got it good. Yeah. He's got the map upside down. Like, oh fuck, man.
We're just fucking glaring at each other.
No, he done figured that shit out. Like, no,
Rats are gonna win, man. They're gonna win.
And no, they're
Rats
not.
Rats have already won.
Oh,
No, they haven't. You fuckhead. I will make peace with the rats
till the next purge.
Is this area like
it gets purged anyway?
When we get over to this elevator, is it blocked out?
Fairly calm. This area, just operating as normal.
Seems like no one wants to go down. Weird.
Yeah, people are not really.
I can't understand it. It's such a lovely place.
And over here, over here at this side, there are to this room, there are in fact to this corridor, there are in fact there is in fact a stone wall that's completely blocking off the corridor. And in front of that stone wall, there are a trio of water-bearing guards.
Um,
Just kind of casually, just kind of one's just smoking like a cigar. Another one
hmm,
like picking his nails.
hmm.
The third one just kind of leaning up against the wall, staring up. Um,
So let's hop on that elevator. That's where we're going, right?
Now, the quarantine area is where we gotta go.
the reason why you came here is to take a look at the quarantine
No, I thought the
situation.
quarantine area was like at the bottom of the elevator.
Nope,
No,
it's the
strictly north.
northeast section of this floor.
Oh,
They
Wait a
sealed
minute.
off the northeast section of this floor.
And the elevator here goes down though.
Yeah, it's operating as
Oh.
normal.
Okay.
It goes down. Generally, the floor below is considered not so safe, though.
Hmm.
To be fair, none of this is necessarily considered super safe for you, Obru, because you know that you would have been a little, perhaps one of the reasons why you didn't go with them to the to see the elevator is because that's also in Lower City Demon territory, which you're not really sure of your relations with them. It's not positive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
man, on the
Like,
way over here, I'm
there
wondering
hasn't
why
been any fighting or anything like that, but it's not like great.
the
Not
lady said she wasn't going
Right.
to pay us.
you're not chill.
Right.
Yeah, she did indeed.
I'm gonna walk up to the guards.
Yeah, you walk up to them. Yeah, the one smoking a cigar kind of nods to you, as the and says, "You know what the fuck's happening?"
Yeah, I mean, not so much in terms of, I imagine, just an earthquake or something. Feels like it's a bad thing to happen down here though. But the other elevators are all clogged up.
Oh,
Everyone's
fucking
trying
bolt of fucking
to get out.
purple lightning rip right
Oh,
through
you
this room.
you saw it too then.
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
fuck's going on?
yeah, you don't want to get hit by that. If you could
Yeah,
avoid
tell
it.
me something I don't know.
Rips your soul out of your body.
Okay, I did not know that.
Well, there you go. See, we're helping each other.
Yeah, thanks for the info. But
Yeah, don't
seriously,
get
what
hit
the
by that.
fuck would do that?
I don't know. It came from ceiling where I was at. It must have come from above.
Huh,
What must be going on up there?
huh. You trying to get through here or something?
I mean, I see there's a rock wall here, but seems kind of out of place. Is like, what's going on there? He points like to that weird rock
Yeah,
wall that
it's
just kind of jutting out of the ground.
quarantine. I don't really know too much about it. I guess there's some sick people. Didn't want them getting out and infecting people.
Hmm.
Easier to just seal it off and you know let the sickness run its course.
Oh, well, maybe I can help. See, actually, uh, kind of good with healing sicknesses. You heard what kind? Oh, just general sickness, maladies.
No, I don't know. Haven't been in there myself.
Hmm. Well, is there a way I
Just
can
here to guard
go
the
in?
wall. Um, I mean, no. That's why we put the wall up. It's quarantine.
Well, is there some way I could get special permissions to go in?
I mean, yeah, I guess. Head over to the falls. Try talking up the chain.
I don't know where that is. I'm new here.
Oh, just go straight west. gesturing back the way you came.
Just totally straight west.
Totally
No
straight
turns.
west. Yeah, the falls. No turn. Just totally straight in, and then you hit the falls.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. And I'll walk off.
Yeah. Hey, no, thanks for the info.
Yeah, I'll go back to the group and tell them that, unless they are right there beside me overhearing it, I'll just tell them.
Yep, and we'll
I got
be
you.
over there.
Yeah, okay, well then, there you go. You guys know.
Just hanging back a little bit, like close enough to hear, basically, but not too close, I imagine, since you walked over a little bit.
So, I guess we could.
On our way back, Tori's sugar like, well, we tried.
Do you want to go to the falls?
I do, yeah. Yeah, I mean, everyone else wants to do.
Okay. What about you two? Do you want to follow him to the falls?
Gonna follow along.
Yeah.
Doreen is gonna complain the whole time about not being paid to do this, though.
Yep.
Alexander
Well.
throws her a 1 gold coin. Walking fee. He says. You would notice though, because I imagine each city kind of has their own stamp on gold coins. Not that it changes the value, just
Right.
how it kind of works. But
The
you would
old
know.
mint.
Yeah, the mint would be Jakachin.
Isn't that nostalgic? I bite the coin. Make sure it's real.
It is real.
But I'll take a gold piece for walking. Shuts Doreen up. I'll take my gold piece.
Big area. Is this the falls?
That's the falls.
Oh,
Yes, indeed, that is the falls.
I haven't seen one of these Jakachin coins for a while. 1 coin. That gives me 25% more or 20% more money.
So as you walk in to the falls, it's you suddenly kind of like for a second you almost kind of reflexively put your hand up or kind of like are taken aback a little bit by the sun that hits you. It's not as powerful, of course, as the sun. It's obviously not the real thing, but there is a bright light that hits you, and you're suddenly looking up into an open sky. And there's trees and basically kind of like a forested area with kind of like rocky side cliffs and then water pouring down kind of from everywhere, it feels like, including through this lattice, kind of like a wooden lattice, which looks like a kind of a uh, almost like a maze of wood lattice and like platforms where there are tables and chairs and set up and people are like drinking and kind of just socializing. It looks like as you make your way, and it does appear that people are being served food and drink in this. We'll call it an establishment.
oh man, the Dark Star's fucked.
This is presentation.
Yeah, I thought that like it took a week to get upstairs and shit. Like what?
There is a process that you have to go through to get back up. A customs process. But it doesn't necessarily take a week. It takes time. You have to come back up and then go back up and then to come back in down again. It was gonna take time both ways, basically. You go through customs, go back up, and then and the real let's see here, and remember to come back on, you had to have to come back down. You had to have a reason, right? In general, which is why you had to. So a lot of the time was actually going to a fixer who could then basically put you down as like a merchant bodyguard and then bring you on back.
Or you just gotta find the guy that knows how to grow mushrooms.
That's
Put a
the
mushroom hat
typical
on.
thing. That's how most people come down here. Is um, is
Merchant
as
bodyguards.
like bodyguards for merchants. Yeah, merchant bodyguards, and they just don't go back up.
I'm gonna walk in and be like, "Huh, well, this was unexpected." And around
I
and
touched the water on the wall.
Yeah, there's water coming down, and you can feel the mist of it hitting you. You're like, oh. Yeah, I mean, if it's an illusion, it's real good. You put your hand out and into like some of the water that's falling down, and it hits your hand. It appears to be real.
Oh yeah, pull my hand away and whatnot, and rub my fingers together.
Yeah,
Interesting.
not illusory water.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what my test was.
Yep. Yeah, it's wet. If that's an illusion, it's really good.
News: water is wet.
Yeah. Ober, you're coming in too, right?
Oh yeah. Like,
All right, move your token over there. Yeah, it looks like you can. It looks like you can go and just kind of like sit down at any of the tables here. It appears.
You should sell to these guys.
yeah, I mean, I guess I'll sit down because I don't know if there's anyone. Like, does it look like there are any guards around here that I could talk to? The same getup.
Yeah, you do see water bearing guards here.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna walk over to one of them and say, "Hey, I was sent over this way by a few of the guards over by. They said there was a quarantine area up there. They said maybe I could come this way, and I'd like to talk to someone on the higher up. I'd like to get special permissions to enter the quarantine zone."
He kind of shrugs and says, he kind of shrugs and says, "Seems unlikely, but have a seat."
Just any old where?
Yeah, any old where.
I guess. All right, I'll sit down.
Fine dining experience. See, Oberu, these chairs don't squeak.
welcome to the world of politics.
So you sit down
I
at
hope
a table.
you enjoy yourselves.
Yep.
So you sit down at a table. There's a woman that carrying a tray of drinks and that walks by and says my name is Marine. Your host will be with you shortly. Can I get you anything to drink?
Ask for the drink list.
She
Water. Water. Anything special?
she says she says we don't have a list. It changes. She says we have a fresh batch of Sadakian plum wine.
That sounds delightful.
Hmm.
What do you say, boys? You want a pitcher for the table?
I'm good,
That is
but
agreeable.
I'm good myself. But yeah, feel free.
Oh, I insist it's on me, and I take out that. I take out a different gold piece. I keep the Jakachan coin, but I take out a Valkyrian coin.
You want a bottle?
Yeah, bottle, pitcher, however it comes.
It comes in a bottle.
Indeed.
She nods and says, that'll be 5 gold.
Oh shit! I have changed my mind.
Over plus 5 gold down.
Yep.
And then an additional after she takes.
She nods and says, that'll be run up. and she heads off.
That's how you
And comes
be a
back.
good employer.
She comes back pretty quickly with a very kind of shapely bottle of plum wine, and pours small cups for whoever wants them.
Oh, there's also Obru had there was it the drow lady down the street was a tailor?
She was a herbalist.
I thought there was a tailor.
There was a
on our-
tailor. There was a tailor in the street. But I don't know.
Oh,
if you
she
actually
introduced me to them.
introduced you to the tailor. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I know them. Like, I wanted a purple suit with gold pinstripe.
Yeah, sure. You can have that by
Something
now.
like that, yeah.
Stealing
yeah.
Ricky's looks, I see.
Yeah.
Nah, dog. You were like a red suit, Ricky Red.
I literally said last week that I walked in the dog store with a purple suit.
Oh,
That's
did
a
you?
good point. Yeah.
Damn
You
it.
guys are wearing the same
I was
exact
thinking that from the.
outfit.
Steal his look.
Obru duping suits.
That's on brand. That's on brand for Ober. He's like, where'd I see this shit? Dude, I saw this cool suit design the other day. It's
Well,
fucking sweet. And you just
like-
show back up at Zondaka HQ wearing the same suit as Ricky.
Obru Pepe.
Pepe hands Obru.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Oh
my God.
Because I was thinking that from like early episodes too. That I wanted that.
Ricky just has the monopoly on all suits.
No,
It's true. He already took all the good ideas before I said them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not uncommon for people to wear suits in a crime situation.
He's got a kimono
Mm.
and the purple with gold.
You've been running around in a kimono the whole time.
Works well enough. You have the sake and everything.
Yeah.
Man wears a dress and gets shook
true.
down by rats, but he pays good money for wine. It's a point in my book.
Yep, indeed.
My broke ass couldn't have got it.
About this time, a fellow that's kind of middle-aged human kind of walks forward, has a wearing kind of a simple suit, has like a water baron badge on his shoulder, walks up and he says, greetings, my name is Geoff. I'm your host here at the falls. What is it that you desire?
Sorry, just writing his name.
Geoff?
Yes. So we were wandering around and we came across this the quarantine zone there to the east. Some of them mentioned that if we wanted to go in, that people are sick, and I'm not too bad at curing sicknesses. So I'd love to help if I can. But they said I would possibly need some special permissions. Head this way, and I might be able to get that. Is there any way I could enter? Maybe I could help some people out.
And the guards at the wall, the ones that are currently there, told you that?
No, they said there was something there behind that they were sick, and I asked if I could help, and they pointed me this direction. They're also kind of scared about the lightning and stuff. I don't suppose you know much about it, do you?
About the lightning? No. I'm afraid I'm in the dark as well, unfortunately. And I couldn't tell you too much about what's going on in the quarantine area either. But I can tell you that we aren't at this time currently planning to lift the quarantine to allow any aid in.
Hmm.
Or perhaps if you allow us just to do an exploratory mission to see if a greater effort to cure what lies behind the wall is worth it.
I believe that decision on whether to mount an aid mission and an attempt to cure the affliction was already made, and that's why the area was walled off.
Was there anyone from that mission that we could talk to?
And he says, I'm afraid not.
Did anyone make it back?
He says, to the best of to the best of my knowledge, yes, the people that went in to surmise the situation made it back and were safe, and healing magic was applied to them to prevent any sort of contamination.
Mm-hmm. And there's nothing you can tell me about the sickness itself. Just something going through and making people sick.
I'm afraid that information was not given to me, no, as for what kind of illness it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's contagious. I know that much. And deadly.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we specialize in, contagious and deadly.
Unfortunately, as I said before, the risk to mounting an aid mission is not seen as worth the reward.
Surely you'd
I'd
like to
like to.
reclaim all that territory.
What do you say? I
No, I
didn't
just
catch
said,
that.
surely you'd like to reclaim all that
Can I?
territory. You go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Yeah,
was gonna
sure.
say, can I
Mhm.
like insight him to see if I think he's just trying to get us to go away, like get out of here. But you don't really
Yeah,
need to
just
know. Like
bullshitting
I
us.
get, yeah. Is he like bullshitting us that he doesn't know? I get like he's just lying to,
That's good.
you know.
You can,
Who would
yeah, go ahead and
also
catch it.
like to make that
Give me an
insight check?
give me- Sure.
15 and 22.
Um, you'd say that Alexander, you would say no, he's generally not bullshitting you. You don't get the feeling that he's just kind of brushing you off, or you think that he really, and maybe hasn't been told. Turing, about the same. However, while he hasn't been told, you kind of get the impression that maybe he's heard some rumor that that it's a pretty bad situation in there.
Hmm.
So he's kind of out of the loop, but you think maybe that he's a little bit of fear, perhaps, micro fear expressions kind of indicated that yeah, it's probably really bad in there. That's your impression. He
I'll ask. It seems kind of odd that it just broke out in one area. Though, is there like something in that would there like something strange over in that area that could cause sickness like that?
he
Like something
he
so
seems to be
deadly
kind of
that
like
you'd have to.
looking past you as you're talking to him, like not looking at and then he turns to you and says, "Oh, I'm afraid I don't know anything about what caused the affliction."
Said he was looking behind.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was about to say, can
Like,
Obru using peripheral vision, like kind of
Yeah, you kind
see
of
where he's looking at?
casual glance back that way.
Right.
Yeah, you can see on a wooden rail a little ways away. There is a woman in a dress over there, kind of looking in your general direction. A tiefling. Good distance away.
Okay.
He turns and says, "You're the one known as Obru, correct?"
Yes.
Uh, he says, uh, he says, "We hear that the Dark Star is continuing to gain business. That's good. Um, please prepare a payment of 700 gold pieces."
Was kind of odd because I have already received such a notification.
You paid 500 last time, correct?
Yes, and I do believe someone came by not that long ago and updated me that thing that it would be 700.
Well,
I am amongst
fair enough.
company.
Consider this a second confirmation if you were already told.
Do I get like the set? Do I
Like,
see he was looking at like the guy?
You do.
Okay, I'm gonna get up and walk right there.
Sure.
it's like upstairs and so.
It's yeah. You glance at it, and you have to like walk you have to like walk over, down, then up, back around, and take this spiral wooden staircase. Like she's only like 40 feet away from you, but you're gonna have to walk like 250
7
feet to get to
miles.
her. It's like because it's such
Yeah.
a maze like path through this like waterfall, these like wooden built wall.
Yeah, it's
Wooden,
like the
wooden
presidential section.
you have also noticed that there's some like big waterfalls, and there's some like wooden stairs that go then turn and like go right into the water, which you've seen people like kind of just walk in and out of. So you kind of feel like those are like kind of like VIP, or maybe they're like not just VIP. They could also be like water baron type areas or something like that. So there's like areas that are completely enshrouded in water that people kind of go in and out, and you can't see into them because of the waterfall.
Oh, that's nice.
You're like over playing a platformer game behind us, jumping on fallen logs and shit,
Yeah.
swinging from vines.
Literally, if you want to get over to her, the easiest way is to pull out the super jump. Otherwise, you gotta go take the
Gotta
long way.
unlock the double jump.
Mhm.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
then.
looking at the way she is, that like she's positioned in such a way to be like the closest yet the most obtuse to get to her as well. So you're wondering if it's not intentional.
Okay, well I'm gonna fuck her all up, and I'm gonna pop out my wings and fly up to her,
Nice.
and like just have
There
my
you go.
arms.
Wow.
You can do
I'm
it.
gonna have
You can do it.
Alright.
yeah. I'll have my arms crossed and say, So I think you're maybe the
I'll
one I
stop
need to talk to.
mid-sip.
I think you're the one I need to talk to. You seem the higher up.
I was going to walk away from this whole situation because it was so pretentious, but
I'm just
Alright.
frozen mid-sip. Like, he's just full of
What?
surprises, isn't
Yeah.
he?
So you fly on over there. Yeah, she.
Well, I'm gonna get down,
Um,
I'm gonna get near as close as I personally can to her on the ground and look up, and then I'm gonna just fly up over to her and be like, "So, yeah, you seem to be the one I would need to talk to. He wasn't much help.
yes.
I'd like to enter the quarantine zone. Is there some special permissions I'd like to get? So, is that possible?
What do your wings look like?
Yeah, they're kind of ethereal, angel wings, essentially. Almost
Gotcha.
eagle wings, I guess it would be the closest.
oh man, I thought you were going to have rainbow.
No,
Mad
no rainbow.
respect, but now,
Any color?
no
What's the
respect
general?
now.
What's the general kind of color, if you will?
Hmm.
Kind of white, or where are we going?
Brown and white.
Blurple.
I was thinking
You-
more of almost like a light gold.
Nice.
Also,
Lovely.
the halo actually appears now,
Very nice, very nice.
Oh.
as does
So you
normally I don't have, you can't see pupils, not that they could have anyway. It's just silver pools, but I actually get a gold ring for where my pupils are in this form. So pretty much everything is all halo-y.
yeah, so you fly on over to her. She's as you fly up over to her, she takes a step back, but she doesn't do anything more than that. As you fly, and as you land right next to her, you can see that she's wearing she's wearing kind of a white dress and has some a fair amount of jewelry, rings, jeweled rings, and pendant on. She has golden eyes, and black hair. She takes that kind of a step back, and you she also pinned on pennant. She has that same water baron symbol, similar to the host has, although it looks slightly different.
So fancier.
Maybe just a little bit. It's like the gilding on the outside is golden. He didn't have. And
Yeah, I'll sit on the wooden railing, kind of kicking my feet around.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, she kind of smiles, and you say you're the one I have to talk to, and she says, and what, pray tell, do you think I can help you with?
I'm hoping you can help me more than he could. He seemed to be deferring to you with his glances. So, would you be able to give me some special permissions to get into that quarantine zone? I'd like to help people. If you're worried about sicknesses, I'm very difficult to get sick. One of the many benefits I've acquired over the years.
She says, I'm afraid that area has just been deemed unsafe for anyone, whether you're impervious to illness or not.
Now that piques my curiosity even more. Makes it seem like it's not a sickness and more of maybe a curse.
She says, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to say with it what it is.
Kinda laughs. Wouldn't or couldn't. Everyone's so tight-lipped around here. You guys really need to enjoy yourselves more. So, that's a no then, huh? Can't get into that area.
You
So
can, I will let you make a persuasion roll here, though.
13. Roll bad.
Yep.
Don't get
She-
advantage for the winged entrance.
no advantage on this. Need the wing interest just to get to her.
Yeah, that was just to make it.
Just to get a foot in the door up here.
Yep. Yeah. She says, I'm sure you're very capable, but it is unfortunately a no. I will let you know if next time you come by if the policy has changed.
Mm-hmm. As you wish. Well, it was wonderful meeting you, Miss Mysterious Lady. And he will fall backwards and kind of take flight and head back to the party.
Till next time. Yeah. Alex comes flying back to the table.
Just puking.
I'm just looking at the guy that was talking to us before. And I'm like, geez, you can see we're uniquely qualified. Wine's good, at least.
I'll come back and say, well, she was the best. Seems like they're really not liking anyone going in there. Too bad.
I don't know why for the life of me Ober would lead us to a place where he owes the people here money.
Not yet. They're just
Ober was-
informing.
It
Ober
me
sounded
that
definitively
mine-
like you owed them money right now.
Obru is a leader of the lower city in good standing with the Water Baron. He is always welcome at the falls.
Indeed. I
He
make a
nods
mental
and
note not to become a leader down here.
If there is anything else I can help you with, otherwise.
No,
good day.
Geoff, you've been very, very, very helpful. Thank you.
And he turns and walks away.
Little
Leaving
sip
you
of
to the
wine.
sound of waterfalls there, as you enjoy sake wine.
Yeah. Even if this whole trip was a bust, at least the wine was good.
Yeah, they seemed real. Apparently, they say sickness. She made it seem like it wasn't a sickness. So I got that much.
Yeah.
More of-
Reading old boy here, old Geoff, he seemed a little afraid of the whole situation himself.
it's starting to feel like maybe there's something over there, maybe cursing people.
I
Maybe
would
we
urge
don't want to
you
deal with
to
it.
not have honest conversation within these walls.
I'm not said anything that hasn't been said yet. That I haven't already said to her. So
I don't see how it's going to make a difference. They aren't going to let us in there.
No.
she did say that if policy changes, she'll let me know. Which is probably just a line of bullshit, but
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Oh, well.
Well, I guess
Shall we end here, guys?
It's late enough.
I guess.
Good old 9:30-ish there.
Head back to the Dark Star. Just gonna put my guy over there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll just head back to the Dark Star, and that'll be where we wrap the beach up.
Hopefully. But yeah, we can bring Harrison in before potential mission time.
Dun, dun, dun.